Today is the Gemini new moon and also the 6/6 portal. I'm Day, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about all things spirituality, about the cycles of the moon and the planets and how we can utilize them for our best lives ever, okay? We're here to enjoy our lives. I know that what we have been taught is struggle and pain, but there is a life past that. There is a creation from that turns into gold. Right now, we have the numerological date of 6/6, which is connecting to the angel number of 666, which has been vilified because of the fear of what it truly represents. This represents the balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So in a world where the toxic masculine takes control of the feminine, a number that talks about the divinity of the balance between the two, of course, would be vilified. So here we are bringing the truth to light. During this time, we are gearing up for the solstice. If you're in the northern hemisphere, this is the summer solstice. We have Jupiter in the sign of Gemini for this whole year. So wherever you have the sign of Gemini in your birth chart, that area of life is going to be affected. Wherever you have the planet Jupiter, that area of life is also going to be affected. When we are able to see ahead how we might utilize these energies, we then have a secret blueprint. This helps us navigate these changing times because the times are ever changing. We are in a new cycle. This is what the age of Aquarius is about. You can look outside of yourself or you can look within. Gemini is ruled by the planet of Mercury. Mercury, which is constantly going into retrograde, which really doesn't mean it's going backwards. It just means that to our vantage point, it looks like it's going backwards. But what this means is that Mercury goes to the dark side, to the underworld. In the story of Persephone, Hermes is able to go from the heavens to the underworld. This is what Mercury is all about. This is what the Gemini creation energy is all about. When you have an artist who is only creating from the shallow waters, you really don't feel much. But when you have an artist who is diving to the depths to catch the pearl and bring it to the surface and express it in a way that we all can feel, then you truly feel magic. We can truly feel magic every single day. This Jupiter and Gemini energy is asking us to bring in magic into our everyday lives. We are constantly changing, but it is about the way that we are constantly changing. Are we going deeper into these unconscious patterns that we refuse to look at and refuse to release? Or are we evolving? Are we alchemizing the pain into our power? You know, every 7 years, all of our cells replace themselves. We have completely new cells, completely new body than we did 7 years ago. And all of this, it was 444 on the clock as I said that, exactly, 444, coming into alignment, building the stability. What do we focus on? That is the stability that we build. We are in this physical plane. We are on this earth plane, we have the elements to work with. So how do we use these elements within ourselves? Because our emotions are the waters, our passions are the fires. Our physical body and our vessel is the earth, and our mind is the air. And if we get lost in all of that, without understanding that we are a mirror reflection of the world around us, then that's how we can get stuck into these patterns. But we do not need to be stuck, because it is by taking those chances, it is by doing those things that seem uncomfortable to the fearful self, that we develop this muscle of faith, of moving forward. And it can be in whatever way you view faith, except maybe the patriarchal way that has oppressed the world, because that's not what I'm talking about. Although many of the traditions are just adapted from the first pagan and neo-Christian traditions. So I want you to feel into what feels good for you, whatever practice it is that is unique to you, because what works for me might not resonate with you. What works for your friend might not resonate with you. So it really is about following a path that feels good to you, not what you think you're supposed to do. I was listening to a message the other day, and it was talking about how we step forward into our lives and we move in a way that is not the status quo. There have been a set of rules, a set of systems that we've seen in this world, and we're told that if we follow these rules, if we just don't step out of line and we do everything right, like they say we're supposed to, that we'll be okay. And if you are an artist, or you take chances, or you take risks, or you follow your heart in any way, that you're going to just completely starve and you will never be able to be supported. Well, look around, because the people who have followed the rules are not doing too well right now. Like, everybody who's followed the rules, to create a life, to buy a house, that world is no longer conducive to these rules. What we're seeing is that people who are taking these chances and just starting a business by themselves and moving forward in these creative ways that their heart has led them to, that is when everything's working out. The world has changed. This is the age of Aquarius. The old power structures are no longer relevant. That's what we're understanding here. That's what we're coming to terms with. And that's what we're stepping into, on how to create a world for everybody that we all can enjoy. And we do this by following our intuition. We do this by going against the grain. It takes courage, but the artists know that it's the only way to really survive. It's the only way to feel alive inside. It's the only way to feel passionate and purposeful. And we can trust that we will be supported on this path. I'm going to pull a card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck, because I feel like we are the sacred travelers, and I want a message for this step of this journey. A message of guidance, of comfort, of understanding. this is really amazing. So on the bottom of the deck, we have impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. I don't know if I can focus. I have the cinematic mode on right now. But then we have rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. So when we have impasse on the bottom of the deck, I believe that this is telling us that wherever in our lives we have had an impasse, we have had a roadblock, something that just doesn't seem like it can move, like we can move through it, we can break through it. That has been a blessing. Rejection is divine protection. Redirection is divine protection. The rainbow blessings, the miracles that are here for you can only happen because we have moved away from what our ego mind has been so concerned about and has been so set on that path being the only path. But sometimes these impasses, it was 11:11 on the clock again, 1111. If you're seeing these angel numbers over and over again, they're there to give you messages, to give you encouragement. You can keep going, wake up, pay attention to the signs. Because these signs are here to bring us on the path we're actually supposed to be on. And sometimes we have to redirect our energy. We have to let go of these old situations. We've got to take the chance on ourselves. This is what this entire season is about. This whole summer season, if you're in the northern hemisphere right now. Taking this action and expanding into our lives, into the lives we are creating from our heart. So before we end, I'm going to play a little bit of the sound bowl so we can come into our bodies and really connect to the energies that we are bringing about in this new season of our lives. And I'm also going to grab my little hand pan steel tongue drum, because when we can utilize the sound, that really helps us reprogram our subconscious, and it makes it easier for us to not be distracted by the constant droning of fear and worry that is projected into this world. We can create our own energetic alignment. Thank you so much for being here. If you'd like a personal reading or sound healing, or you have any questions, just drop a comment back down below or click the link. Take care.